Hello, I'm Andy, and I'm going to use tarot cards to talk to you about a program called Your Love Story. And this is for you coming from Taurus. So let me shuffle my cards. And the first card that I'm going to pull will talk to you about your first 15 days in the area of romance for you coming from Taurus. And what does the card say? Well, the card says you're going to have plenty of issues and problems. It's the card of the black moon, the card of the black moon that creates a lot of conflict between you and the person you're having a romance with. And even if you find a new romance in the first 15 days of June, expect some kind of trouble to conflict, to bring conflict and to bring a lot of disturbances. So don't dive into a new romance and try to steady your going romance, because if you need it, you'll have to work very hard to work for it. If you don't want it, it can break very easily. Now I'll pull another card to talk to you about your marriage. Let's see what the card says. Well, it's the card that says somehow the message is not getting through, which means that either you are not listening or your marriage partner is not listening, or neither of you are realizing that the problems are getting worse and worse. So, for the first 15 days of June, tell yourself you need to communicate, you need to settle issues, or disturbances will get out of hand between you and your romance, ongoing romance, or on your marriage, sorry, of your marriage. Now, the last 15 days of June, first card is to do with your romance area for you coming from Taurus. It's a much better card compared to the first 15 days. The last 15 days of June show that a new romance will benefit you quite a lot. And an ongoing romance will definitely, you'll find very supportive to get the things that you want to get going, to strengthen the romance or to build the romance into something more substantial. So the chances of improving an ongoing romance are good. Chances of finding a good romance also good. Now let's talk about your marriage for the last 15 days. Well, it's a card that says it's all up to you. So it's you listening to me. So if you're listening to me, the message is for you. You have to be very importantly listening to whatever your marriage partner says. There is an underlying factor here that an ego play is seen on this card. And also the sign of Venus is here, which can mean arrogance. So try not to allow that to happen, and you will see that the chances of your marriage developing into a much better state in the last 15 days can happen. Now I'm using the cards to talk to you about your lucky ages. There'll be some people who are going to be very, very lucky in the month of June, and let's see who they are. Well, from this card, I'm going to get the fountain of numbers for you, the ages. And if you happen to be the ages of 20 or 29 or 38 or 47 or 56 or 65 or 74, then you're going to be one very lucky person finding a wonderful romance, finding a long-term affair which might turn into a marriage, and you'll be just very lucky in the area of romance and love. If you are not of these ages, then you will need to have a 90-minute session with me. And in those 90 minutes, I'll tackle your next 7 or 8 years, your 7 or 8 years. And with that information of your date of birth, time of birth, and looking at your palms, I'll give you a lot of information. I'll talk to you more about that later. The next card that I pull will have to do with your lucky colors for you coming from Taurus. This is a wonderful card. It's a card that says, well, although this program is for love and romance, your love story, but it's also a card that says you can meet somebody who will have quite a lot of money. So that always adds and brightens up a romance, and it improves a marriage. And so it's a good card, I would say. So wear plenty of green from what I can see from this card, and you will attract the possibilities of being very lucky, whether in the area of romance, whether in the area of marriage. The color green is going to help you a lot. Now about a direction. Well, there are 9 planets placed around Earth. And when we look north or south or east or west, for you coming from Taurus, we are going to find some issue. And for the month of June, I would say that if you face northwest, you are going to become a very, very lucky person. So face northwest as much as you can to be inspired in the area of love and romance and family. And you will see that things will go your way very nicely. And now we are going to talk about a zodiac sign that might cause you problems. And who might that be? And let's see. Well, that person is coming from Aquarius. And this person you cannot afford to share your personal information with. And if you have a romance partner, or if you find a new romance partner, or if your marriage partner is Aquarius, tell yourself the month of June is going to produce plenty of problems. So somebody from Aquarius is going to be causing a lot of upsets for you in the month of June. Now let's form of who you can form an attachment to in the month of June. There'll be somebody interested in you, or could you be interested in that somebody? And I would say from this card that somebody is from Scorpio. So meet somebody in Scorpio by all means to get the light of romance going. And if you find that somebody from Scorpio is interested in you, show the interest as well, because this card says that you are going to enjoy the romance very, very much if that person is from Scorpio. And if you know somebody from Scorpio, talk to that person and see how the atmosphere is. Well, that's what I have to tell you. And regarding the 90-minute session, it will talk to you about your next 7, 8, or 9 years based on your date of birth, your time of birth, looking at your palms, and I'll give you your personal information, your personal lucky lottery numbers, your lucky colors, your lucky days, your lucky gemstones, a lot of information like that. And so you'll be able to tackle all areas of your life, not only the romance and marriage, but also the job, the business, the finances, and also the health for the next 7, 8, or 9 years. So send me that email message, AndyHoro9, ANDIHORO9, the number 9 at gmail.com, and I'll come back to you as soon as I can. Until then, thank you and good luck.